So welcome students. So today we are going to study about Introduction to Three-Dimensional Geometry, that is with chapter number 12 in NCERT book, and I will try to complete the whole chapter in the single video. So this chapter is basically a scoring chapter, easy chapter है, scoring है, and काफ़ी कुछ मिलता जुलता है इसमें 2D से, जैसे आपने पहले भी स्टडी किया हुआ है, जिसमें हमारे पास x and y axis होते हैं. So here in 3D we have an extra axis, that is z axis. So it can be represented as, like, we have x axis, y axis and z axis. So if we compare just simply this three-dimensional geometry with a 2D, so in 2D we have only x and y axis. Okay, so here we have three axis, x axis, y axis and z axis. So what basically, so this is one of the difference. And if you want to represent any point, in two-dimensional geometry, so it is having only x and y coordinates. Suppose there is a point P with the value of x comma y. In 3D we have a point, but now there is another coordinate, that is z coordinate, will be added to this. So this is x comma y comma z. Okay. Next we have in 2D. So this is about your 2D and this is about your 3D. The second difference we can say, in 2D we have four quadrants. Okay, like if you complete this, so you will be having four quadrants. So this is your first quadrant, this is your second quadrant, this is your third quadrant, and this is your fourth quadrant. But in 3D we have 8 octants. Okay, so in 3D we have 8 octants, and like based on the sign values of any coordinate in 3D, we can check whether this coordinate, this point lies in which octant. Maybe in first octant, maybe in second octant, maybe in third, fourth or fifth, maybe in sixth, seventh or eighth. Okay. Next, now let's discuss about these octants. Okay. So now if you are having a point P, and if you want to check in which octant this point lies, so for this there is a very simple table. You just simply need to check the sign values of x, y and z, and based on that you can find that this point lies in which octant. So this table is something like this. This is x, y and z, and we have 8 octants. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and add one more. So this is your 8. So first, second, then third, then we have fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and this is your about eighth octant. Okay, so how to design this table? Here, first, the easiest way I am telling you, this is plus, 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 then minus, 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 minus. Then we have plus, plus, minus, minus, plus, plus, minus, minus. Then next we have plus, and this is also plus, and in between minus, minus, plus, plus, minus, minus. So based on this sign information, we can check that this point lies in which octant. For example, if you are having a point A and with the coordinates 4, minus 2 and 3. Now if you want to check this point lies in which octant, so the x value is positive. Okay, so here x value is positive, y value is negative, and z value is also positive. So from this we can say this point lies in 4th octant. Okay, similarly if you are having another point B and the coordinates are, maybe suppose 2, minus 3 and minus 4. So x is positive, then negative, z is also negative. So based on this sign information, again we can check. So positive, negative and negative. So this is about the 8th octant. Okay, so based on the sign information we can check, and this table is very helpful to find Okay, like which point lies in which octet. Next 3D से जो बेसिक्स से और क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछे जा सकते हैं. Now, like in 2D we have you can say 4 quadrants, and there are 2 axes, x-axis and y-axis. Similarly in 3D as well, here we have planes. Okay, so here we have planes as well. So if a point that can lie in xy plane, there can be an xy plane, xz plane, and yz plane. Maybe xy and xy is there, xz is there, and yz is there. So these 3 planes are there, right? So in xy plane, any point P have the coordinates of the form x, y, and 0. So z will be 0 here. In xz plane, the point will be like x, 0, and then z. And in yz plane, the point will be of the form 0, y, and z. So from this information, like which value is 0, based on that we can check whether that plane point lies in which plane. Okay. So if you check for the first exercise in the NCERT, that is 12.1, the first question is a point is on x-axis. Okay. What are its y coordinate and z coordinates? So it is very easy. If the point lies on x-axis, the y coordinate will be 0 and z coordinate will also be 0. So the point is lying over here. So x 0 0. So y and z coordinate will be 0. A point is in xz plane. What can you say about its y coordinate? So in xz plane, y coordinate is 0. Okay. Name the octant. The question number 3 is name the octant in which the following points lie. So we have some points are given. So based on this sign information from this table, we can check that point lies in which octant. Okay. So it is very easy. In question number 4, we have fill in the blanks. The x-axis and the y-axis taken together determine a plane known as. So x-axis and y-axis taken together, the plane will be xy plane. So this is the first fill in the blanks. The second one is the coordinate of a point in xy plane are of the form. So in xy plane, the point that will be of the form x, y, 0. And the third one is coordinate plane divides the space into how many octants? So these are 8 number of octants. So this is about the first exercise. Okay. So now let's come to the second exercise. And the second part of this chapter is distance formula. Like we have a distance formula in 2D as well. If you want to calculate the distance between 2 points. So in 2D, if we discuss about the distance formula in 2D, so if we are having a point A with the coordinate x1, y1, and there is another point B with the coordinate x2, y2, and if you want to calculate the distance between A and B, so this distance can be written as under root of x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. Similarly in 3D, we have a distance formula if you want to compute the distance between 2 points A and B. So let it be like this is A and this is B. And in 3D we have a coordinate like x1, y1 and z1. And this is x2, y2 and z2. So again the distance formula for 3D is x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square plus z1 minus z2 whole square. Sorry. So you can see here this z1 minus z2, this factor is added over here. This is the difference between our distance formula in 2D and 3D. Okay. So it is very easy, just like you have already studied in 2D. So this is about the distance formula. So what are the applications of distance formula? Like if you want to check maybe if there is a triangle, and if you want to check this triangle is an isosceles triangle or maybe an equilateral triangle. So based on the distances, like the length of this AB, AC and BC, we can find the triangle is isosceles or maybe the equilateral triangle. Similarly, if you want to check the triangle is a right angle triangle or not, so based on the Pythagoras theorem, we can check here this triangle is a right angle triangle or not. So based according to the Pythagoras theorem, this AC square should be equals to AB square plus BC square. So if you want to calculate the distance between A and C, so this will be AC. Similarly, AB we can calculate and BC we can calculate. So there are some questions based on this. So come to the second exercise. Okay, there is one more application of distance formula if you want to check the collinearity, like points are collinear or not. Like अगर आपको check करना है, so you have 3 points and if you want to check the points are collinear or non-collinear, so what we can do is, suppose this is A, this is B and this is C. If these points are collinear, in that case, the condition should be AB plus AC, the distance between A and B, and plus the distance between B and C should be equals to the distance between A and C. So that distance formula is helpful in checking for the collinear points as well. So now come to the exercise, that is 12.2. So in 12.2, the first question is we need to find the distances between the given points. So it is very easy, just directly formula based. You can just simply check that is points. You can just simply calculate the distances between the points. Okay. So this you can do easily. Question number 2 is, show that the points are collinear. Yes, we have 3 points here. Let it be the first point is A, that is -2, 3, 5. The second point is B, and this is 1, 2 and 3. And the third point is C, and the point is 7, 0, -1. We have to show that the points are collinear. Okay, so like we will be doing like this. We will calculate the distances between the points. So let's calculate first AB distance. So AB distance will be under root of x1 minus x2 whole square. So -2 minus 1 whole square plus 3 minus 2 whole square plus 5 minus 3 whole square. And this value is under root of 2, this is 9 plus 1 plus 4, that is under root of 14. Fine. Okay, next is AC distance, and AC distance if you want to calculate, so x1 minus x2 whole square, that is -2 minus 7 whole square plus 3 minus 0 whole square, and then plus 5 minus, so it will be plus 1 whole square. This value is 7 and 2 is 9, 9 9 is 81, plus 3 3 is 9, and 5 plus 1 is 6, that is 36. And this value is 90, and this 36 is 126. Okay, and the next distance is BC distance. So here the distance between the points B and C. Again we can use the distance formula. So x1 minus x2 whole square, that is 1 minus 7 whole square plus 2 minus 0 whole square plus 3 minus plus 1, that is whole square again. So this value will be 36 plus 4, and 4 just 16. So this is 40 and 56. So under root of 56. So now we can write in the simplest form. Let me check the AB distance again. This is -2 minus 1, 3 minus 2 and 5 minus 3. Fine. So this is 2 2 is 4, 1 and 3 3 is 9. So root 14. So it is the simplest form. Under root 20, 126 can be written as, if you just simply break it, and so this is 2 multiplied by, if you factorize 126, so 126 can be written as 6 jar, 3 jar, then 3, 2 jar, 3, 1 jar, 3, 7 jar. So this is 3 under root of 14. So basically this can be written as 3 root 14. Okay, and this value is 56. If you factorize 56, so this is 2 to the 4 and 18. This is 14. So that is 2 under root of 14. So here we can see that AB plus BC, so here AB plus BC is equals to AC. Okay, it means these points are like, the arrangement is like this. So AB, the distance is under root of 14, and BC, the distance is 2 under root of 14, and that complete distance AC is 3 under root of 14. So this means these points are collinear. So it is very easy way to check. Question number 3, verify the following. Okay, so the first part is, again we have 3 points and we have to check these points are vertices of an isosceles triangle. So you can calculate the distances between the points. There must be 2 points common, 2 distances must be same. For the right angle triangle, we can apply the Pythagoras theorem, जो already हम discuss कर चुके हैं. Vertices of a parallelogram. Okay. Next question number 3 and the third part. This one is important. Question number 3 and part number 3. We have 4 points now. This first point is -1, 2 and 1. The second point B is 1, -2 and 5. The third point is C, which is 4, -7 and 8. This is 4, -7 and 8. And point D is 2, -3 and 4. Now we have to verify the following points are the vertices of a parallelogram. Okay, so in case of parallelogram, what we can do is, so for the condition for a parallelogram, what we can do, if AB is equals to DC and AD is equals to BC, means both the pair of opposite sides must be equal, then it will be a parallelogram. So based on the distance formula, using the distance formula, you can calculate the distance between A and B, and the distance between B and C, then B and C, and then A and D, and like this. Or if you get all the 4 distances, and you can just simply check the opposite sides must be of equal size. Okay, so this is for the parallelogram. Next we have question number 4. In question number 4, find the equation of the set of points which are equidistant from the points. Okay, find the equation of set of points which are equidistant from a point. So let the point, just simply assume, let the point be x comma y comma z, and let it be, this is point P. So what we have, this P is, and the second, this is a point A that is given to you 1, 2 and 3. Point B is also given to you 3, 2, -1. It is given that P of A and is equals to PB. PA is equals to PB आपको given है, and we have to find out the equation of the set of points. Okay, so very easy. Again, what we can do is, आपको यहाँ पर क्या करना है, आपको यहाँ पर फिर से डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला ही अप्लाई करना है. Calculate the distance between P and A. So this is under root of x minus 1 square plus y minus 2 square plus z minus 3 square. This is PA is equals to under root of PB. PB is x minus 3 square plus y minus 2 square and plus z minus plus and then square of this. So now squaring both sides. Squaring करने से क्या होगा? This under root will be removed and we will get x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square plus z minus 3 whole square, and in the right hand side it will be like x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square plus z minus 1 whole square. Hope it is very easy till now, right? So now squaring. So we have to open these whole squares as well. Under root is removed and we are opening the whole square. So you will get x square plus 1 minus 2x, y square plus 4 minus 4y plus z square plus 9 minus 3 to the 6z is equals to, in the right hand side, x square plus 9 minus 3 to the 6x, y square plus 4 minus 2 to the 4y and plus z square plus 1 plus 2y of z. So just simply आपने यहाँ पर squares को open किया. Now we can cancel out the similar terms from both sides. So x square, y square and z square is cancelled out, and maybe this plus 1 is also cancelled out. No, 4 is also cancelled out, and this 9 is also cancelled out. So we have only now minus 2x minus 4y minus 6z is equals to minus 6x minus 4y and plus 5 of z. Now just simply rearrange. So this will give you 4x. 4y is also cancelled out, right? So this y is also cancelled out, and this is minus 8z is equals to 0. 4 you can take common, so x is equals to twice of z, and this is the answer. Simply यहाँ पर आपको भी क्या किया हमने, तो simply it is given that this point P is equidistant from A and B, तो आपने PA is equals to PB लिखा. This is given to you. Just simply अपने apply किए यहाँ पर distance formula, distance between P and A and the distance between P and B, it is equal. Squaring both sides, open the whole squares, cut out the similar terms from both sides, and finally you will be having x is equals to 2z. So this is the equation. This is the required equation, you can see. Okay, so next question is question number 5, and this is the last question. So we have find the equation of the set of points P, the sum of whose distances from A and B is equals to 10. Okay, so this is the fifth question. Again we have given the point P and the sum of whose distances from A and B is 10. So here PA plus PB is equals to 10. This is given. PA plus PB is equals to 10. What is A now? In question number 5, the point A is 4, 0, 0, and point B is minus 4, 0, 0. Again, we will follow the same procedure. Calculate PA. So under root of x minus 4 whole square plus y square plus z square plus under root of PB. So x plus 4 whole square plus y square plus z square is equals to 10. ये आपको given है. Now what should be the next step? अब इसमें ऐसे नहीं करेंगे कि आप just simply squaring both sides. उससे कोई benefit नहीं होगा, because आपको यहाँ पर under root को remove भी करना है. So what we can do is, for this type of equations, how to solve these types of equations, आप क्या करें, एक under root को उठाकर आप right hand side में ले लेंगे. This will give you under root of x minus 4 whole square plus y square plus z square is equals to 10 minus under root of x square plus z square. Next step is squaring both sides. Okay, तो आपको in the previous question आपको given था PA is equals to PB, यहाँ पर square करने से यहाँ पर under root remove हो गया था, but in this case we have P of A plus P of B is equals to 10. So to solve these types of equations आपको क्या करना चाहिए, एक root, you can take the first one as well, आप किसी भी एक under root को उठा के right hand side में लेके जाएंगे, then squaring both sides. So now squaring से क्या benefit होगा, this root will be removed from the left hand side. And in the right hand side it is like a minus b whole square. इसको open करेंगे तो a square plus b square and minus 2ab, that is minus 20 under root of x plus 4 whole square plus y square plus z square. Okay, so now again we will expand this x minus 4 whole square, we will expand x plus 4 whole square. So what will happen? So x minus 4 whole square is x square plus 16 minus 4 to the 8x plus y square plus z square. Even this y square and z squares are cancelled out as well, you can say. So there is no need to write here. So x minus 4 whole square is equals to x plus 4 whole square. So 100 plus x plus 4 whole square को expand कर दीजिए. minus 20 under root of x plus 4 whole square plus y square plus z square. So again, see, you can see these terms are cancelled out. minus 8x को हम लेकर आएंगे इधर लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में, तो minus 16x minus 100 is equals to minus 20 under root of x plus 4 whole square plus y square plus z square. Got it? Okay, so what should be the next step? 4 से आप इस माइनस साइन को कॉमन ले सकते हैं, इसको कैंसिल कर दीजिए. 4 से टोटली इक्वेशन को आप डिवाइड कर देंगे तो यू विल गेट 4x plus 25 is equals to 5 under root of okay. Now we can squaring both sides again. So this will help you to remove the under root. So squaring of this is 14 is this. Squaring of 25 is 625 plus, and this is 200x is equals to 25 times x plus 4 whole square plus y square plus z square. Okay, now solve this. This is 25 x square plus 16 plus 4 to the 8x plus y square plus z square. So बस अब आपको यहाँ पर सारे टर्म्स को रीअरेंज करना है, सिमिलर टर्म्स को कंबाइन करना है, एंड यू विल गेट द सॉल्यूशन. So this is 25x square minus 16 square is 9 square. So 9x square, and this is 25 8 ja is 200, and this is also 200. So this will be cancelled out. Fine. We have 25 y square plus 25 z square, and the remaining is the constant term. Constant term. This is 625 and 25 into 16. 4. This is 300. Note, this is 800. Okay, 400 minus 625 is equals to 0. So you will get the answer is minus 4 225 is equals to 0. So this is the answer of the question. Okay. So इसमें like अगर आप देखें, just if you compare the question number 4 and question number 5, in question number 4 it was given that PA is equals to PB, तो वहां पर हमने डायरेक्टली स्क्वायर कर दिया था जिससे अंडर रूट्स रिमूव हो गए थे and it was easy to solve. But in question number 5 it is given as like PA plus PB is equals to 10. So we need to be take care of these things, how to solve these types of equations. So okay, so this is about 12.2. Next we have section formula. So this section formula we are already familiar with. The section formula in 2D. The same type of formula is here in 3D as well. The difference is only like we have now z coordinate. We have z coordinate as well with the points. So the section formula is like again we have a line segment AB with the points x1, y1 and z1. This is x2, y2 and z2, and there is a point P in between A and B, which is dividing this line segment into ratio m/n. So here x is mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n. Y is my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n, and z is mz2 plus nz1 upon m plus n. So this point is the internal point. This point can be external point as well. If point lies outside this line segment, so बस आपको यहाँ पर माइनस का साइन यूज करना है. इफ इट इज एन एक्सटर्नल डिवीजन, सो इंटरनल डिवीजन तो प्लस, एक्सटर्नल डिवीजन तो माइनस. एक्सटर्नल डिवीजन कैसा होगा? एक्सटर्नल डिवीजन मींस, सो दिस इज द लाइन सेगमेंट AB, but a point lies P somewhere outside the line. Okay, in that case formula is same, but there will be the difference is this minus sign. The x will be mx2 minus nx1 upon m minus n. So ध्यान रखिएगा इसको. So this is about the internal division and external division section formula. From this we can have a midpoint formula as well. So what is midpoint formula? If P is the midpoint, if P is midpoint, in that case M will be is equals to N. Okay, because P is the midpoint, so this will be is equals to this. So X will be is equals to x2 plus x1 by 2. Y is y1 plus y2 by 2, and Z is z1 plus z2 upon 2. So this is about the midpoint formula. Now what are the, yes, there is one more thing. In some of the books you can find this ratio as k ratio 1. So actually we have PA divided by PB is equals to M ratio N. This can also be written as K ratio 1, where K is nothing but M upon N. That's it. Okay, if you use K ratio 1 here, if you use K ratio 1, the formula is same. There is only difference, Kx2 plus x1 divided by k plus 1. Y is ky2 plus y1 upon k plus 1, and z is kz2 z1 upon k plus 1. No difference. बस हमने क्या किया है, यहाँ पर k को m ratio n से रिप्लेस कर दिया है. Okay, so there is no need to worry about this. Next we have a centroid of a triangle. Centroid of a triangle is like, if you want to calculate the centroid, so what is a centroid? Centroid होता क्या है, अगर हम पहले ये डिस्कस करें तो centroid is, if you have a triangle, so the median, like if you take the midpoint of this, so this is the first median, midpoint of this is the second median. So this point of intersection of the median means there will be the third median that will pass through the same point. So this point is known as the centroid of the triangle ABC. So let it be, this is x1, y1 and z1. This is x2, y2 and z2. And this point is x3, y3 and z3. So this centroid G may be like, if you define it by x, y and z. So x can be written as x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3. Y is y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. And z is z1 plus z2 plus z3 upon 3. Like this is about the centroid of the triangle. So this is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3, and z1 plus z2 plus z3 by 3. So this G is known as centroid. Okay. So next exercise, that is 12.3, is based on the section formula and the centroid. So the first question, find the coordinate of the point which divides the line segment joining the points this and this into a ratio 2:3 internally and 2:3 externally that we can use. Okay. So in section formula, the application of the section formula is like, if you want to again check for the collinear points, if the given points are collinear or non-collinear, like in question number 2, we have a point P, 3, 2, minus 4, point Q is 5, 4 and minus 6, and point R is also given 9, 8 and minus 10. अब हमें चेक करना है कि ये पॉइंट्स कोलिनियर है या नहीं है. जैसे भी हमने डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूले में किया, डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला से भी हम इसको कर सकते हैं, बट अगर आपके पेपर में आए कि यूज द सेक्शन फॉर्मूला टू फाइंड, टू चेक दैट पॉइंट्स आर कोलिनियर और नॉट कोलिनियर. सो व्हाट वी कैन डू इज जस्ट टेक a line segment, that is P, and this is R, and Q lies somewhere over here, and let it be this ratio is K ratio 1, or you can take M ratio N as well. Now Calculate. So this P is 3, 2 and minus 4. Q is 5, 4 and minus 6. And R is 9, 8 and minus 10. वैसे अगर ये पॉइंट्स कोलिनियर होते तो कुछ इस वे में होते. Maybe Q is outside the line, maybe Q is inside the line. So we are taking it internally. अगर रेशियो पॉजिटिव आएगा तो पॉइंट इंटरनल होगा, अगर रेशियो नेगेटिव आएगा तो पॉइंट एक्सटर्नल होगा विद Q. So if you apply the section formula, so you will get 5 is equals to 9 into K, 1 into 3, that is 3 divided by K plus 1. So if you simplify this, you will get 5K plus 5 is equals to 9K plus 3, and you will get 4K is equals to 2 and K is equals to 2 ratio 4, that is 1 ratio 2. So here K is 1 ratio 2. Now using the y coordinate, if you simplify it, 4 is equals to 8K plus 2 divided by K plus 1. Again you will get 4K plus 4 is equals to 8K plus 2. This will give you 4K is equals to 2 and K is equals to 2 ratio 4, that is again 1 ratio 2. If you take for the z point, that is minus 6 is equals to minus 10K minus 4 divided by K plus 1. This is minus 6K minus 6 is equals to minus 10K and minus 4. And 4K is equals to 2, again K is equals to 2 ratio 4, that is 1 ratio 2. You can see like we are getting the same value of K. Means this AM ratio one is same. So it means the points are collinear. So if you have to want to check the points are collinear or non-collinear using the section formula, अगर ये points non-collinear होंगे तो you will get the different values of K. Maybe 2 values of K is same, third one maybe like तीनों में से कुछ ना कुछ difference आएगा, सब same नहीं आएंगे. Then only you can say the points are non-collinear. Okay, so this is about the question number 2. This question is important. ऐसा क्वेश्चन आपके एग्जाम में आ सकता है तो उसको आप ध्यान से करें. ऐसा एक शॉर्ट एग्जाम्पल भी है आपकी बुक में, उसको भी आप देख सकते हैं. नाउ कम टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. In question number 3, find the ratio in which yz plane. See, it is given that yz plane divides the line segment formed by joining the points. So there is a line segment, maybe like you can take this is A, this is B, the points are minus 2, 4 and 7, and the point B is 3, minus 5 and 8, and this line is divided by yz plane. yz plane अगर आप देखें from the first exercise, तो yz plane में x coordinate 0 होता है. Okay, so this is the point with the coordinate 0, y, z, and you can take this ratio as m ratio n. You can take it as k ratio 1 as well. K is nothing but m upon n only. Okay, so don't be confused. So here if you want to calculate the value of m ratio n, what we can do is we can use this value because this is known. So we can say 0 is equals to m into 3, so this is 3n, n into minus 2, so this is minus 2n, divided by m plus n. Cross multiplication, you will get 3m minus 2n is equals to 0, or 3m is equals to 2n, or m ratio n is equals to 2 ratio 3. That's it. Simple. Okay, so by using this section formula, we can solve question number 3. Next is in question number 4, using formula, section formula, show that the points are collinear. So the same way as we have did in question number 2. Okay. Fifth is find the coordinates of the points which trisect. Okay, so trisection we have to check now for the trisection. Question number 5. In question number 5, we have a point P, 4, 2 and minus 6, and point Q is 10, minus 16 and 6. This is Q. We have to find the coordinates of the points that trisect. तो trisection का मतलब हुआ कि इसको 3 पार्ट्स में इक्वली डिवाइड करना. अगर ये बाइसेक्शन होता है, बाइसेक्शन मतलब 2 होता है, तो 2 पार्ट्स में इक्वली डिवाइड करना. So let it be this point is A and this point is B. So for A, if you are calculating for A, you can take the ratio of PA to AQ as 1:2. Apply the section formula, you will be able to find out the value of the coordinates of A. For B, you have two ways. Either what we can do is you can take PB upon BQ as 2:1, so this is the one way, or you can take B as midpoint of AQ. So this is the another way. So you can find the solution in both the ways, you will get the same answer. Okay. So this is about the question exercise 12.3. Now the next we have miscellaneous. In miscellaneous again we have the same types of questions. Question number 1 is important in miscellaneous exercise. In first question in the miscellaneous, we have three vertices of a parallelogram are given. Three vertices of a parallelogram are given. So question number 1 in miscellaneous. We have a parallelogram ABCD. This is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. A is 3 minus 1 and 2. B is 1, 2 and minus 4. And C is minus 1, 1 and 2. We have to find the fourth vertex. So क्या करना चाहिए? अगर आप पैरेललोग्राम की प्रॉपर्टीज को देखें तो सबके माइंड में ना यही आता है कि वी कैन यूज अ डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला हियर, वी कैन कैलकुलेट AB, वी कैन कैलकुलेट विद दिस पॉइंट एज x, y, z and apply the distance formula, then you will be able to simplify this. No, this is not the correct way. We have another property of parallelogram as well. Parallelogram के जो diagonals होते हैं ना, they bisect each other. Bisection इस property को हमें यूज करना है. तो अब क्या करें हम इसके लिए? How to use it? So what we can do is midpoint of AC is equals to midpoint of B2. So midpoint formula आप यहाँ पर यूज करेंगे. Midpoint of AC means 3 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 plus 1 by 2, 2 plus 2 by 2 is equals to x plus 1 by 2, then y plus 2 by 2 and plus z minus 4 by 2. Like midpoint formulas को use करना है, then you will be able to find out the values of x, y and z. Okay, so this is the question number 1. अब आप इसको easily कर सकते हैं. Question number 2, it is related to the median. Again the midpoints. In question number 2, find the length of the medians of the triangle. एक triangle है हमारे पास ABC. This is 0, 0, 0. B point is 0, 4 and 0, and C point is 6, 0, 0. We have to find the length of the medians. Okay, so for median we need the midpoint of BC. So join it. So we need to calculate this. Maybe this is P. So आपको AP को find out करना है. What is P? P is the midpoint of B and C. So this is, we can easily calculate. 6 plus 0 by 2 is 3. 4 plus 0 by 2 is 2 and 0 plus 0 by 2 is 0. So this is the midpoint and we can calculate AP by using distance formula. Okay. Similarly, we can have another median like this is, maybe you can take Q and this is, you can take R. So the same procedure we can find out the length of the median. In question number 3, okay, come to the question number 3. Question number 3 is, the origin is the centroid of the triangle. Okay, so we have a triangle P, Q, R, and this P is 2A, 2, 6. This is Q minus 4, 3B, minus 10, and R point is 8, 14, 2C. Okay, and it is given that centroid जो G है इसके coordinates हैं 0, 0, 0. This is given, that is origin is the centroid. So simply we want टू फाइंड आउट द वैल्यूज ऑफ ए बी एंड सी. सो अगर हम सेंट्रोइड के कोऑर्डिनेट्स के बारे में देखें तो वी नो दैट x इज इक्वल टू होता है x1 प्लस x2 प्लस x3 अपॉन 3. सिमिलरली y is y1 प्लस y2 प्लस y3 अपॉन 3 एंड z is z1 प्लस z2 प्लस z3 अपॉन 3. तो अगर हम x के लिए सिंपली सोल्व करते हैं तो दिस वैल्यू इज गिवन एज 0, दैट इज 2a प्लस दिस वैल्यू इज -4, so -4 and this value is 8 divided by 3. So this will give you 2a plus 4 is equals to 0. So a will be is equals to -2. So value of a is -2. Similarly, you can calculate the values of b and c. Question number 4. Find the coordinate on y-axis which are at a distance of 5/√2 from the point. So simply y-axis है, y-axis पे आप एक point assume करेंगे. So on y-axis the point will be like 0, y, 0 form, and the distance of this point from a point P, that is 3, -2, 5 is given. Let it be this is A and this is P. So it is given that AP is equals to 5/√2. Okay, just simply use the distance formula, put the values, squaring both sides, solve as you will get the equation. Okay, and so simplify करेंगे तो you will get the value of y and you will get the coordinates. So maybe there can be two solutions. The values of y will be 2 because it is quadratic. So you okay. Next question is question number 5. So the question number 5 is a point R with x coordinate 4 lies on the line segment joining the points this and this. Find the coordinates of point R. So this is a line segment P and this is Q. This is 2, -3, 4, and this is 8, 0, 10. There is a point R with the x coordinate 4, y and z that we don't know. We have to find the coordinates of R. It is very easy. You can take this ratio as k ratio 1 or m ratio n as well. Use the value, use the section formula, put the value of x is equals to 4, 8k plus 2 divided by k plus 1, get the value of k, then use that value of k to calculate the value of y and z. Easily we can do it. Question number 6. So the question number 6 is, if a and b are the points, so we have 2 points a and b. A is given as 3, 4 and 5, and point b is given -1, 3 and -7 respectively. Find the equation of the set of points such that so ये वैसा ही क्वेश्चन है जैसा भी हमने किया था आई थिंक इन 12.2 क्वेश्चन जो था लास्ट. यस, इसमें आपको PA plus PB is equals to 10 given था. Here we have PA square plus PB square is equals to K square. This is easier than the previous one because यहाँ पर आपको squares दिए हुए हैं, आपको अंडर रूट चाहिए ही नहीं, अंडर रूट आएगा ही नहीं इसमें. Simply put the values and you will get the answer. Okay, so this is about your 3D. इसके बाद इसमें समरी गिवन है. समरी को भी अगर आप स्टडी करेंगे तो यू विल गेट ऑल द फॉर्मुलाज इन द वन पेज. ओके, सो if you want to revise it, so initially we have 3 points with like 3 coordinates will be there: x coordinate, y coordinate and z coordinate. There is, you can say, x axis, y axis and z axis. So there are 3 axes now. Any point if you want to represent, so this can be represented by x, y, z. We have 8 octants: xy plane, yz plane and xz plane. There are 3 planes. A point if a point lies on xy plane, then the value of z will be 0. For the yz plane, x will be 0, and for xz plane, y will be 0. Okay, there are 8 octants, and if you want to check the point lies in which octant, so simply we have a table के sign की information की help से we can check that point lies in which octant. The table is like simply already you can check that we already designed it. 7 and 8. Just to write how to write the table roughly, you can say this is plus 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 then minus 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 and plus plus minus minus plus plus minus minus plus plus minus minus plus plus minus minus. This is the way. Okay, so next we discuss about the distance formula. Distance formula is just to see if you want to calculate the distance between the points. So with the help of that, we can check whether the triangle is an isosceles triangle, equilateral triangle, right angle triangle, parallelogram, maybe rectangle, maybe square. ऐसे applications, ऐसे questions आपसे पूछे जा सकते हैं. Next, we can use this distance formula in calculating to check the points are collinear or non-collinear. Next, we discussed about the section formula. There can be internal section, internal division, external division. If in case of external division, we have to put a minus sign. Don't forget about this. Okay, and again the section formula can be used to check whether the points are collinear or non-collinear. So this is about the 3D. Okay, so hope आपको ये lecture पसंद आया होगा. अगर पसंद आया होगा तो you can like my videos. Next, you can subscribe this channel. This is specially for the 11th class students. I will try to put the videos on all the chapters, and each and every question we will try to solve here. Next, if you want to prepare for JEE, like if you want to prepare for IIT or JEE, like so for that we have to solve the advanced questions that we will do later on. But initially what we are doing is we are trying to find out the values. We are trying to solve the NCERT only. So this is very basic about 3D. So this is all about today's lectures. Thank you.